The issue is energy, and will an Azeri company buy a Greek pipeline? Frank, what do you know about this story?
I'm in love with renewables, but for certain times Europe still needs gas. And Russia has nearly a monopoly on this for the European Union from the east. And now it's a historical chance that for the very first time, through Azerbaijan, the EU might get gas independent of Russian territory and Russian intervention. And therefore, it has been decided that on the 28th, Friday 28th of June, it will be announced either Nabucco or TEAP. And in this context, the decision of the acquisition of the Greek company you just mentioned has to be interpreted. And what I predict is, whatever the decision will be, Nabucco or TEAP, there will be not one winner and one loser, but there will be one big winner and one less winner, because there will be an agreement, I predict, that even the so-called losers will get a part of the cake.
Murat, Brussels Energy Club, what's your view on it?
Well, I would add to the discussion of losers here, because certainly Russia does not like to be a loser. And Frank did correctly allude to Russia not being a monopolist, but the largest supplier, external source of gas to the European Union, with Norway and Algeria being the other two, of course. So Russia has its own, let's say, southern tier, southern geography of Europe gas project, which is, of course, the South Stream gas pipeline. This is moving along at a rate of knots. It is far from a done deal. If that project does go ahead, that could also weaken very much the aspirations of European Union-driven pipeline projects to, in fact, supply gas to the European Union. So there's a bigger picture, I think, than just...
But is not the big picture really security of supply? The European Union has to ensure that the lights remain on.
Yes, but the prediction of gas available in the area is not for 5 or 10 years, but it is gas for in the amount of 100 or even more years. And as renewables will increase, this gas will be then even more deliver, even 200 years, if it will not increase like this.
Who's going to pay for all this?
This is, if I may,
yeah, please,
not a straightforward question. I mean, we get the impression that the European Union is actually driving these, let's call them diversification projects, because that is what the European Union seeks to achieve as a policy objective. Renewable energy on the one side and diversification of sources on the other, where the Azeri Shah Deniz 2 field is a primary source of diversification of gas. However, in terms of who has to pay, it's not the European Union. It's not Brussels. It's not our friends in the European Parliament. It is the private sector. It is the energy companies.
And the customer in the end.
Well, I mean,
is this going to put up energy prices?
No, I don't think so.
It's very, very difficult to say at that level, because, I mean, much of the actual profit making in the gas industry is formulated at the very much downstream or end user level. So if you actually look at your gas bill from, let's say, Electrabel in Belgium or one of these companies, you will see that it's not necessarily a reflection of high gas prices, but it's a reflection of add-ons that are actually incorporated into your bill.
Yeah, but the importance to the countries is the transit fees, is it not?
To Turkey, absolutely. And Turkey has been playing a double game, because Turkey has its own very heavy-duty energy security agenda. Turkey has a very fast-growing economy which needs a secure gas supply, no less than European Union countries. So it actually wants to both secure gas for itself, as well as to place itself as a gas hub which allows gas to be transited across its territory for European consumers.
Okay. And when is the news going to come out about this?
Friday the 28th is in the morning, 12 o'clock Azerbaijan time, planned the press conference, and I think Commissioner Oettinger, to my information, will be there in Baku. That means when we awake or start working on Friday morning 28th, the news will be on the screen. But the question of who is paying, I think, is a key issue, because gas, everyone knows, for gas supply, the infrastructure is much more important than if you compare it with petrol. And it will be and it will be the private sector who will see there a possibility of, I think, a good profit margin.
Well, you heard it here first on EU Reporter, and we look forward to the announcement on Friday the 28th. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.